few people.
Some people coming by.
Hello. If you're here so far, we are about to make the cuts so you guys will be able to see the. So now that I got a chance to make things that I want to make, I still will be teaching you guys lots of stuff. I'm just kind of building a little inventory because I didn't realize you guys were so interested in my stuff that I build. I'm sure it's interesting. If you've been following along, we've been making these walnut and maple drunken boards, and now we're doing the same thing out of Paduk and maple. It's going to turn a really pretty red color like this. So this is the same, this red wood is the same as this. And once we oil it up, it's going to look this color in this type of board. It's going to be pretty.
It is absolutely beautiful.
We'll just wait for people to join.
Got some people here. Tale as Young as Time is back.
Tale Young as Time. I feel like we have the same schedule.
They say Paduk wood is so stunning.
It is, isn't it? And today we're going to make the last round of cuts to pull off the Drunken style. Okay, I'm using a new type of tape. And I don't know if I'm happy about it yet or not. Oh, come on, tape.
Mr. Baker the King says, Amy, my friend, I missed you.
Corey, how you doing, buddy? I miss you too, man. It's been a long time.
How's that working out for you?
I see. Yeah, this tape, it's too brittle. The stuff on top is just brittle. I hope you're doing well, Corey. It's been a long time since I've seen you, but I see you on Facebook all the time with your little guy. He's such a cutie. Yeah, this tape, I tried this tape that we had sitting around, but the stuff that you peel back is really brittle. I wonder if it's just...
Sherry, a.k.a. Indian Fufu. Hey, they are gorgeous. How do I order a couple boards?
Thank you, Sherry. You will be able to order whatever I have available. I'm thinking that it's going to be next weekend when I do a shop drop and I show you and tell you the prices of everything I have available. And to order, you have to email me. The email is on the bio.
Yep. MBA 121205. Where are you located?
MBA, I am in Atascadero, California, right between San Luis Obispo and Paso Robles on the Central Coast. You might have heard of us. We're getting a little bit of flooding around here.
Marianne, hey, 8. I just came inside the house from making crafts.
Oh, Marianne, what are you making?
Mr. Barker the King, I'm well, just dodging raindrops.
That's Mr. Baker the King.
Oh, Mr. Baker the King,
He is the king. Do not pronounce his name wrong.
My apologies. Have you ever made a small American flag?
No, I've never made a small American flag.
Not yet. 65 what? Love your work. Passion.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love building stuff, so it's really fun to be able to get a chance to build this stuff. As you can see, my shop just has my little craft projects in it instead of full of something for somebody else. I mean, not that I won't sell these, but these are imaginative pieces where me building kitchens and islands and vanities, cabinets for 20-something years, you know, it's not very imaginative to me. It's not a challenge. It's just repetitive. So I'm really glad to be able to get back in my shop and be able to do this. And it's because of I retired from cabinetry so I could do something else in the same industry that doesn't require so much physical labor. So that's been great.
Marianne Hayes says that I was making stuff with my new scroll saw.
Oh, Marianne, that's really cool. Sometimes I really wish I had a scroll saw because there's so many cool projects that you can do, and you can do things with the scroll saw that you can't do with the bandsaw. You know, you can start a cut in the middle of a board versus having to cut into the middle of the board to do that cut. So that's really cool.
Brittany says, "Looking good, Ames."
Brittany, how you doing? You guys making it all right out there with the water, the floods? Do you need me to build a canoe?
I want to say it's Michelle, and she asked about the small American flag. Says, "I would love to see one and possibly buy one."
Okay, Michelle, I'll keep you in mind.
Yeah,
I'll definitely keep you in mind. I had some flag ideas. They weren't necessarily American flags. They were just some fun flag ideas, but I just really haven't gotten to that yet. I know how I could make some really cool stuff, like unlike what everybody else is making, but I just haven't hopped on to doing it yet. I've almost got this peeled. Sorry guys, it's taking so long. So what we're doing is we're gonna make these checkers, these Drunken checkers, right now, out of these two pieces.
Cindy says, "I want to learn to make these type of cutting boards. I already started buying saws."
Oh, great, Cindy. Did you get yourself a good bandsaw? Because that's definitely what you're gonna need. So when you put these together, can you come around here and look? So when you guys put these together, make sure all of your little joints are perfectly in line with each other, because that really adds to the board where these checkers intersect, making it really crisp versus like sloppy, you know?
Cindy said she got a scroll saw.
Oh, very nice, Cindy.
Marianne says, "I make flags. I even do, I want to say it's pyrography with them, like different branches of the millie."
The millie, okay. Pyrography. So you're doing wood burning? Wood burning's awesome. I wish I could do a better job at wood burning, but I just can't seem to draw very well. Straight lines, around, you know, if I have something to draw up against, great, but that's the one thing I really wish I could do is draw anything.
Thank you. She did mean military. My apologies. I'm still learning the TikTok lingo.
What millie I would think is...
Yeah, I didn't think that, but that I appreciate it tremendously.
Sorry, the mysterious one is not up on the lingo.
The mysterious one is tired. Seeing my favorite creator 3 days in a row, feeling spoiled. That was Deb Handmade Field of Dreams.
Deb, that's great. Who's your favorite creator? Are they on here? And thank you for that. Okay, right now I need my tape measure because you can't see anything on this. Can you read any numbers on there? It is so old.
How old is that, and what is that?
This is what's called a square, even though it's not a square at all. So this can help you find angles, measure depth. Like if I want to put a 45-degree angle on something, I can use this. I can go like this and then mark my angle. If I'd like to run a line down something, I can use this as a template to run a line down exactly where I want it. It can be used as a depth gauge. It can also be used to draw 90-degree, like what's called square lines across things, which is really helpful. Instead of having to measure here, measure there, and then intersect your lines, you really just put it at one line and make your mark. There's another thing that's called a square. It's actually not a square at all. It's a triangle. But it just refers to this. And this is a whole computer in itself. There's many lines and marks and ways that you can use this thing right here to find angles or to create angles that are very specific. You'll see framers and roofers and all kinds of carpenters using these, and these can be super helpful. You should definitely have both of these tools for doing woodworking and a lot of DIY stuff too. Okay, let me grab my tape measure.
Tale as Young as Time says LMAO. I'm loving these 3-day lives too.
Oh, thanks, you guys. Like, I'm not trying to bore you with the lives. I'm just trying to really show you this. I thought this would be really cool because you guys have been with me while we've made, you know, plenty of these walnut and maple, but I don't want you to get bored with that. So we're making these Paduk and maple boards, and they're going to be beautiful. So what I'm doing right now is laying out what I think, how I'm going to make these squiggly lines this way. Because I have a mark on my tape. There's a mark there, and then a mark there, and that is the radius of these that I've made. So you can see it follows that tape line pretty well. Any variances would just be when I'm cutting it out in the saw. So my object is to find the middle of the board. And we talked about this before. Okay, we all know what half of 8 is, right? But then you've got extra, right? And this says 8 3/8. See that there? So we already know that half of 8 is 4. And then what's half of 3/8? What's half of 3/8? Come on, everybody. Half of 3/8, what is it? Double the bottom number. So take that 8 and double it. That's half of 3/8. So it's 3/16. Fun fact for you. Pop-up video. Okay. So now that I have my line there, I'm going to take yet another square. It's not a square at all. And use that to mark my line down the center. And that doesn't look like it's square at the end to me. Which happens. Oh yeah, that's not square. So in this case, I'll have to mark it. Otherwise, I'll make it square when I cut them out and do the final cut. But right now we're going to cut it so we can glue it up into individual squares like the Drunken board.
Annabama says hi.
Annabama, hey, how's it going? Hello again. Thanks for meeting me here again. I usually don't do these many lives, but I'm really trying to show you guys what's up here with the cutting boards. And since I've never built this color of cutting board, so I kind of like having you guys here with me. So I've just marked a spot on my tapes. I'm using the round of it to create these lines. Now we're going this way. So all I do is flip-flop it.
My Style, My Choice says, hey everyone.
My Style, My Choice in the house. What's going on? Nobody's watching football, huh?
That's probably where, yes.
Or is that where you're all at?
Say, Michael, love the work.
Thank you so much, Michael. And I found that instead of doing this, drawing the radius like this as many times as I want to make these cuts, what I do is draw it on one time, go make the cut, and then set my board on, and then I can trace the whole thing. So it makes it a lot faster. You guys see this? Can you see it? This cut that's going to go like this.
Oh, yeah.
You guys see that? Thankfully, I have a wonderful camera woman helping us out with this live. So, if you guys didn't see the very first video that I put out, I was telling you guys about how what I really want to do, what I really feel like is my calling is teaching people how to do whatever it is, whether it's building, fixing, doing, so that they could be self-sufficient. Because we have so many people that don't really know how to do a lot of things. That, I mean, you can save money by doing your own stuff. But the most thing I want to do is empower people to know that they can do anything I'm doing. You may not have the tools just yet. You may not have the knowledge, but the want, as long as the want is there, you guys will make it. All right, so we're gonna take this over to the saw and I'm gonna cut this out just like this. And I tried to make this one, the one we made the other day, we just did random lines for fun. So it's kind of here and there, right? The squares. Although this will be the Drunken style, it's gonna be a little bit more symmetrical. This is about the most symmetrical one that I've made yet. And so I'm really interested to see how it's gonna turn out. So let's go cut it at the bandsaw.
My Style, My Choice says, happy Sunday. I actually just left my house, headed to downtown LA before the rain comes back.
Oh, downtown LA. Who's My Style, My Choice?
Yes.
Okay, so if you could stop by, where should they stop by and pick us some from Sage?
There's so many places downtown.
What's the burger place?
Monty's?
Oh my God. Will you pick me up some Monty's, a burger, tots, and a shake, please? Bring them on down. Okay, so I always adjust this part here so it's just above my workpiece because it holds the blade in side by side better. I have tuned into TikTok and see people with their saw blade guard way up here and they're cutting pieces. And first off, it's dangerous to have an exposed blade like that high. You really minimize your chances of getting cut if you have it in a good position. Sometimes I love watching people do things, and sometimes I'm like, oh wow, I hope they don't hurt themselves, which maybe you'll say the same thing about me one day. I don't know. But I try to be as safe as possible. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna pull back my sleeves just a little bit, even though they are in no danger of getting into the blade. And I think that, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna be able to make that round. I'm gonna have to cut it in half. Yeah, it's too long to come in here. Well,
what do you mean by that?
Well, so what I mean by that is for me to work my saw blade, you always have to put your wood in straight. Like I'm going to feed this into this blade. So it's going to be going like this. So this blade is going to be following this, okay? And once I come back around to do this area, I might get stuck because this is in the way. So the only real thing to do is cut it in half. I mean, I'm not positive I'll get stuck, but if I get stuck and then I keep going, let's see. It might be close. If I get stuck, we'll cut it in half. How about that? I was going to cut it in half anyways, so. Oh, we made it. Check it out. We made it. Woohoo. Phew. Guess who? All right. So I'm going to cut out 2 more of these designs on here, but at first I got to mark them. Now see, I only had to draw it once because now I have my pieces as a template. So let's just go about halfway on that, halfway on that. Right there.
My Style, My Choice is asking if that was Monty's Good Burger.
Oh, that is Monty's Good Burger. You know what I'm talking about. For many of you that already follow me and know me, do you know that I'm vegan? And if you didn't, then you can never say that you will. You always know when they're vegan because they tell you the first 5 minutes of eating it, okay? That was too tall for me.
Forky says hello.
Hey, Forky Lees! Always good to see you. Look at that. That's what we did. All right. And why am I keep looking at this? I don't know. Here we go. That's going to mark that. Ooh, that'll be fun. And this is going to mark this. I think we're going to go right there.
Taylor's youngest time wants to know, are you right or left-handed?
I am right-handed. My grandmother was actually a lefty. And she always told me lefties do it right. So apparently I'm always wrong. She was a Raiders fan, so I'm not the one that's wrong. All right. Can you believe that's going to make a square cutting board? This is what I was talking about when I make that. I want to make a table and enter it into the Mid-State Fair when it's here. I want to make these cool table legs and just make it really, like somebody else said, Salvador Dali-like. Look at that. It looks like a horse's foot.
It does. And a tail.
What?
And a tail.
And a tail.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm thinking I should come in a little bit more. Nah, because I still got to trim it down. So this is the last piece I got to cut. Then we'll take them apart and flip-flop them, and you're going to see the Drunken cutting board appear. Before your very eyes. Need to get more room over here. They're my hooves. All right, you guys, let's glue these up.
It's so quiet in here.
I know, it's so quiet in here, but nobody saying nothing?
Nope.
All right, so we're going to take these apart from each other. You got to place your two-sided tape strategically so that it's still holding your pieces together when you cut them apart.
Those are cool. Oh, that's really cool.
That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty.
Somebody asked me last night on the live if I sand these pieces after I cut them out, and I did on the very first cutting board that I built that was this style, but I haven't since, and it seems to turn out absolutely great without doing that. It'll save you a little time and some steps, but you always have to be using a good, sharp, small tooth blade on your bandsaw, because that's really going to make a difference. Like if you're doing these kind of turns, you're going to want a 1/4 inch wide blade on your bandsaw, or you're not going to be able to do this with like a resaw or something that has a wider blade.
I just thought it's really cute.
It's cool, huh?
It is cool. It's fun.
This red is really going to be beautiful. I can't wait.
I know, it's going to be pretty.
Okay, that goes there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody did say that. Somebody did say that maybe I should number those pieces because I got them confused one time. And maybe I should, but also the numbers really... I'd have to number every other one, like 1, 2, 3, every other one, or it still wouldn't be correct.
Mm-hmm. And so what are you making?
What am I making? I am making one of these Drunken boards, but instead of walnut and maple, I'm using this really pretty red called Paduk that when stained up, when clear coated with the oil, it's going to look this pretty.
Stunning.
So I'm just experimenting with different colors of Drunken boards. And these are some of the pieces to make a square cutting board. Oddly enough.
Deb, Handmade Field of Dreams, asks if your assistant does woodworking.
My assistant does... She doesn't... I wouldn't say she does woodworking, but she's here watching and asking me enough questions to where I'm sure there's plenty of things she can do on her own. She does her own types of crafts, but and I have showed her how to use the bandsaw and a few other things.
Yeah, you helped me learn how to make my moon shelf.
Oh yeah, she made a really cool moon shelf.
I did.
It's just a round board on the back with a moon, and then a couple different shelves. And I helped her with it, but she mainly did it. So I would have to say that she is a beginner and who is learning woodworking.
I have a good teacher.
Who's teaching you?
Impossible Boy. Which wood takes the biggest toll on blades?
Something like white oak. The hardest woods are going to be that take a bigger toll on the blades. And while these are all hardwoods, there's a hardness scale that you can look up. But really, it's not like one type of wood is just going to dull your blade. Now, if you're cutting like laminate, that's going to dull your blade like that. Okay, here it goes. You guys want to see the checkerboard up here? We got 2 different boards, exact mirrors of each other, right? See, I found it's easier for me to do this way than sideways.
Okay.
Because that's how I forget. Take one down, pass it around, 99 bottles of Drunken beer on your wall. Makes no sense. And that's okay. There they are.
Those are fun.
That is chaos. Look at that.
That's really pretty.
There is just so many. Okay, so I think, you guys, that I'm probably going to do like a cheese board with like maybe 4 matching coasters and then 2 cheese boards. Or maybe 1 big grazing board. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm going to glue these up.
I like the idea of a drunken grazing board. I just love how that just sounds together.
Yeah, drunken grazing board, because that's a really great way to get rid of your drunk if you're drinking.
My style, my choice says you make it look easy.
Thank you, my style, my choice. After woodworking for 25 years, it does get easier. That's just such a cool piece right there. This reminds me of Beetlejuice for some reason, and then from here down,
A
horse's foot.
Reminds me of a snake.
I'm a snake.
That's when I saw it, that's what I thought of.
Okay. All right, we're gonna glue this piece up. I can't be in my shop all the time, but between working.
So what'd you do before your job?
Before which job?
Before your new job.
Before my new job? Okay, so I've been a cabinet maker, cabinet maker and finish carpenter for the last 25 years. I recently just stopped building cabinets, and now I work for my material supplier that I've used for the past 20 years. It's awesome. It definitely is a family. But I've been building my entire life. When I was a kid, my parents had a landscaping business. It wasn't all glamorous. This was, mow, blow, and go with a little truck that only 3 of us could fit in the cab. One had to sit in the back, and that was when that was legal in California. I'm that old. I might need some longer gluing sticks. So my object of what I'm doing here on TikTok isn't just to make drunken cutting boards and sell them to you. That wasn't even the plan at all. I just started making them, and then people were really interested. But my goal is to show you guys at home how to do woodworking without having to leave your house, without having to spend a dime. Knowledge should be free. And not only do I want to teach you how to do woodworking, but how to fix things in your home, how to make things or do things that you normally would have been intimidated by.
Help you finish your projects. Help you.
Yeah. Everybody's
Absolutely.
got something that they need to do. We all can't afford to pay somebody to do it, right? All right, I'm looking for...
So did you do a trade school, or did you just learn everything on the job?
I did not have a trade school. I'm going to move this.
Okay.
Most of the things that I know, I learned by doing them, figuring out how to do them, because I didn't have money to pay people to do it, and I've been self-sufficient since I was about 18, probably a little before then. So I did not go to a trade school. I had wood shop in high school, but I already knew how to use all their stuff. So I did learn cabinet making from the cabinet makers that I worked for many years. But
so Taylor's Young Time says, yep, and some of us don't want random handymen in our home.
yeah, Taylor's Young Time, I get that, and I never really thought about that, I didn't feel like pressure from society, like to be girly or whatever. So that's not me. But I also really didn't feel that uncomfortableness that a lot of women experience around strangers, men that they don't know, especially being in their home. I don't know. I have never felt like that, but I don't think I've really also ever really been sexualized by men. You know what I mean? They we're always buddies. They're not trying to...
Right.
I mean, not to say some sicko wouldn't want to do something, but
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Being me, I really haven't came across a lot of that feeling myself. Now, my eyes have been really open to it, because the more I'm on here, on TikTok, I hear women saying, oh yeah, I don't want a man to ever come in my house again. And I'm like, well, that's kind of harsh, but I totally see where they're coming from. And I think it's really sad.
It's also empowering to do things on your own.
Well, yeah, I think it's really sad that women have been made to feel that way. And it's not just women. I mean, I've been emailed and messaged and commented by lots of people who are gay or they're trans or whatever they are. And they are saying the same things, that people coming into their homes to do things make them feel uncomfortable. And that's absolutely horrible. Which is why I'm here trying to show you. I mean, there's some things that you really should or need to call an expert on.
What would that?
You know, if it's electrical or if it's plumbing beyond snaking out your toilet, maybe so. But if you want to change out a faucet or an outlet, a power outlet, or you want to do flooring or put up trim, install a new door, crown molding, absolutely anything. You don't have to call these people into your home and be made to feel that way. You can do it yourself, or you can also hire more folks that are in these fields that don't make you feel that way, that make you feel more secure at your home while they're in it.
Michael says, wish you lived closer. I'd love countertops, that design. Well, that'd be cool.
Michael, yes. You know what? I was thinking about this actually yesterday about countertops. Those would make some awesome countertops, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just waiting for the day that one of these breweries, what about if you go to Firestone Brewery, right? Right downtown here, and you walk in and you see some of these countertops. They're gonna blow you away, right?
Yeah. It's Janet76. Says, you are amazing. I just bought a drill and I'm working out how I can use it.
Janet, good for you. Is your drill the quick change chuck? Or is it like a standard chuck that you hold on to? You know where you put the bit in? That part I'm referring to? And what kind did you get? I'm just curious. I'm not going to brand shame you, okay? I'm not a brand boy. I think it's great when women buy tools. But I think it's better when women acquire tools from other people so that they don't have to spend money. You'll be surprised. You know, closed mouths don't get fed. You never know what you can get by asking. Oh, this is upside down. And backwards.
That's
just how I think.
Usually how you think. That's cool.
It's going to be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Fun coaster.
So why'd you start making the cutting boards?
So I started making the cutting boards because not this Christmas that just passed, but the one before, I was thinking of something to make for one of our family members at our house. I wanted to give her a cool gift. She's kind of a do-it-yourselfer and knows a lot of crafting and this and that. So I wanted to give her something that she would appreciate, because she would appreciate something like this, you know. And so I looked around for ideas of what I could do, and I saw online this style of board. And I was like, yep, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. So then I made her one, and it was so cool that I've showed it here and there, you know, online, and people really responded to it well. Everybody wanted to buy one. So I made 16 of the bigger boards right before Christmas, sold them all. The last one I just sold a couple days ago, and it's getting shipped out on Monday. But yeah, it was just a really great response. I didn't go into this trying to sell you guys anything. Yeah, if you'd like to buy my crafts and the things that I make, great. But I'm really here to teach you all how to do it. And if you're watching me do something maybe that just inspires you to do something else or the same thing, that's really how I got into it. And now I see that it's so popular, I'm kind of like, well, we'll just kind of keep going for it, right?
Let's see. It's Janet. Sorry, Janet. Says, yep, uses drill bits. A brushless hammer drill, good enough to use around the house plus more.
Brushless hammer drill, that's really great, because now if you have a hammer drill, you can drill into things like concrete or brick, whereas you wouldn't be able to with a normal drill, mostly. That's awesome. I'm stoked for you, Janet. If you need any advice, let me know.
Michael says there's no mail on Monday, and he's correct, but UPS, I believe, is still going.
Yeah, not the regular mail. Yeah, UPS.
Yeah,
should still be going.
Yeah. Anna 102369 says, I want a board and a Lazy Susan for my bar. I love the Lazy Susan.
Oh, okay, Anna, we've totally been
that.
talking about making Lazy Susans, and you know, I could make them to match or they could be, different colors, whatever you want. I do take custom orders. Matter of fact, the gentleman that bought the board that I'm shipping out on Monday, he had a special request for a type of board to help out one of his loved ones with their vision and being able to see what they're cutting. So if you have a special request, email me. My email is on my bio. Also, if you missed any of the lives, you can go to my YouTube channel, which there is also a link in the bio. It's just a little play button. To the lady that bought the drill, there is a video on here on TikTok and also on my YouTube channel going over how to use drills in case you need it.
It's very helpful. Let me see. See, Marianne said the board isn't placed right. Just saying.
Isn't placed right? What do you mean?
I don't know. There's 2 different boards on there.
Yeah, this is 2 different boards. I'm just gluing 2 up at a time. Yeah. If that's what you mean. And thank you, because last night I was putting together and I was like, why is this one twice as big as this one and things aren't fitting together? Which is also why they have to be cut out, stuck together firmly, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. Your lines won't be crisp and your board may not even stick together.
Michael says, dang, if shipping wasn't so bad, I'd order countertops, LOL. Well, where are you, Michael?
Yeah, where are you, Michael? We do have a friend that drives all over the country dropping things off.
We do.
I mean, where are you at?
Marianne says, my bad, sorry. No apologies.
That's okay, Marianne. We're here to help each other, right?
We need all the help we can get. We had a running dog out the door you guys caught yesterday. That was great.
Yeah, you guys caught the dog slipping out of the... No, we're here to help each other. And You know what? I know a lot of things, but I am not perfect. I don't know everything. Sorry to disappoint.
Michael's in Mississippi.
MISSI? Mississippi?
Let's see.
Yeah, they might be a little costly, but like I said,
we have friends.
First, let's work out the cost of the countertops and the size. And if you're good with that, then we can figure out shipping, from there. I will come up with a square foot price. I just have not done that yet.
Well, that depends on the wood and whatnot, correct?
Yeah, and if the wood if the species of wood costs more than what I quote, then it just goes up by material cost. That's all.
Just wanted to let you know the bills are still up by 31.34 in the fourth quarter. It says. I could be wrong, but
bills are not my team, but they're my nephew's team. So.
Annabama says, I don't see the YouTube link. What's the name? Oh, sure.
The YouTube link is the same as my name on here, but also in my bio, it's just a little play button.
It's like, yeah.
It's just a dark little play button, like right down from my face on my bio. It doesn't actually say a link. It's just a button. If you push the button, you're going right to it.
I'll show her with mine.
But it's 2 girls, 1 cut, double T. Because you get TTs.
You are ridiculous.
Double T's on it.
So it is right.
So she's going to show you it.
If I can get it.
Did you show them?
I'm looking at it right now. That button right there. Stupid nails. Okay.
Thank you to my lovely assistant.
Yeah, I need to paint my nails.
Hona, you're in my way, little guy. Watch out, I don't want to step on you. He likes to sit right at my feet, but sometimes he's under my feet. Come on, clamp, move for me.
So you can clamp those together and it hold properly?
Yeah, I can clamp 2 boards at once, and these are going together really well, so I didn't see a reason why I would need to clamp them individually. Plus, I really haven't taken much time off this weekend, so
what?
I'm trying to get home and watch some football.
Anna missed it. Do you want to point that out for me real quick?
Right there, that play button, that'll take you to my YouTube channel. That play button right there. Beep. Look, watch. Here we go. Bam. Goes to YouTube. Okay? 2 Girls, 1 Cut is my name on YouTube. And again, it's right here on my bio. Just hit the play button.
Excellent.
All right. What I like to do is get these things clamped at the edges to kind of hold them in place so they don't kind of slip and slide around. I mean, not that they will a lot, but I want them to be very stable. Did I just glue that one? I did. All right, now I'm looking for a clamp.
Good looking, listen. We're dosey-doing.
Dosey-doing, okay.
She says, it's not there for me. I'll find you.
Oh, I'm sorry it's not there for you. I know that there's some versions, everybody's got a different version of TikTok, even though it might be the same number on it. I can't edit my previous videos at all. If I've already posted it, it's a done deal. And some, one lady I follow, she has the option to edit the videos she's already posted, which I think would be great, but for some reason I don't have that option. All right, this is gonna get a little bit loud for a second, because I have to make sure these are flat.
Oh, she just subscribed.
Oh, you subscribed, thanks. I will be posting more in my YouTube, and I'll be putting all my lives there, so in case you miss it, you can tune in whenever.
And so the key to cutting boards is really a good saw with a good sharp blade.
The key to cutting boards, yeah, good sharp blade, protective gear for yourself. Make sure you're not going to injure yourself. That's about the most important thing of using and making anything. Make sure you're going to injure yourself. Then your tools need to be your tools need to be sharp. You need to know what you're doing. At least have a plan and go in and just complete each step, but take your time. Don't rush it. Don't go in thinking, oh, I'm going to make this beautiful thing all in one weekend. Give yourself time, because a lot of my time is spent adjusting my tools or setting them up. Yesterday I put a new bandsaw blade on and I couldn't get the one wheel to stop rubbing, so that was about a good hour process out of my day. It can be frustrating if you have to do that. So just make sure you have good sharp tools, a good plan of what you're going to do, and take your time. Okay, I got to grab a couple plants.
Maybe some good glue.
Always good glue.
Oh, K-Rock2222 said me too. I think she subscribed.
Oh, thank you guys for going to my YouTube channel and subscribing. I'm really honored to be able to show you guys that what to do, and just really honored that you would want to watch me at all. Make sure you use lots of glue. You want to get good squeeze out. And that's squeeze out. When your joints come together, you want to make sure you have a good squeeze out. That's how you know there's enough glue in that joint. Don't ever think you have enough if it's not squeezing out.
It's Janet, me 3.
Janet! How you doing?
Oh, Marianne is a 3 as well.
What do you mean is a 3?
They are subscribing to the YouTube channel.
Oh, you guys are subscribing. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Thank you so much.
I know it's different for you to not watch the comments, isn't
Yeah, when
it?
I don't see what's happening, I have no idea. I'm not looking at the screen. My lovely assistant is doing that for me.
Luna's Hedgehog asks, what is a good glue for normal, everyday home person with small projects?
Okay, so a good glue for everyday projects, if it's not going to be around a lot of moisture all the time, or if it's interior, not exterior, use Tight Bond 2. In about 15 minutes, the pieces will be good and stuck, but you can work with the pieces after an hour. But if you were to try to screw something together, use a little bit of this glue, screw it together, you're done. Walk away. Very, very tough. And then Tight Bond 3 is what I'm using because it's waterproof. Oh,
Rain.
It's raining. Like it's a surprise. It's waterproof, so that's why I use it on these cutting boards. And it's also safe. It's not toxic. If you were to somehow get any of this glue, it's not going to hurt you.
Excellent.
It doesn't irritate your hands. It's all water based. Oh, so we have a spot right here. I'm gonna wipe the glue off of this, and you guys are gonna be able to see sort of what the color will look like when I oil it. Now this board here, can you guys see it good? This is the color that this board is gonna be. At least the red spots in it.
That's so pretty.
It is so pretty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to the purple heart, the zebra.
Oh yeah. I've had a few requests for chessboards too, and I will do them. But I kind of wanted to get. I'm really curious about what different woods would look good, and I think that this Paduk, this red Paduk, is gonna look beautiful. And something about that oil. You see how water makes it look red, but something about that Howard's oil just really makes it pop and gives it that depth to it, that deep red.
What are you using to wipe that down with?
I'm wiping all this glue off just with a wet cloth. Pan to my disgusting water. I just keep a bucket of water handy so that I have a wet cloth at any time to wipe glue off, which I didn't do yesterday, so I had to scrape a lot of it off. It makes it a bit easier.
So Luna's Hedgehog says, thank you, ! What about for outside? I live in Tucson and the heat here is away at everything.
Oh, okay. Eats away at everything?
Yeah.
For outside projects,
Then you
need to have something that's waterproof because it is moist out there. Whether it's exposed to water or rain or whatever, it's still exposed to the elements, so you want to make sure you have this glue right here.
Excellent. Impossible Boy said, I would be so down for a chessboard. I agree. That'd
Impossible
be fun.
Boy, yeah, I'm going to be making some chessboards pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned.
That'd be
And
fun.
not like today or anything, but soon. Here we go.
Cool.
Look at that.
Looks great.
I don't even want to pick that up with my...
Here, this.
Yeah. Well, it's already been sealed. So this board will end up having this color. The water does not, that I wiped it down with, wiped the glue off of, does not do a good of a job penetrating the wood and bringing out the depth in the grain the way that the Howard's Butcher Block oil and conditioner do.
Excellent. Cool. I'm so glad we caught that process.
Yeah, so you guys are in luck because of different things that have happened in my shop. You're able to see basically how we created this. All in just like, I can show it to you. There's 3 different steps here. Okay? So we started off with 2 different color pieces of wood. We put them on top of each other with 2-sided tape, and we made our lines this way. Okay, and then we went and cut those lines out, and then we separated the pieces, and that was all in pieces that were shaped like this, and then we swapped every other piece so that we had Paduk, maple, and so on. And then after it's glued up and looks like this, and you plane it down, then this is what we did here today on this live, is cut all of our grooves this way, swap it out from each board, and here we have, this is 2 different boards. Mm-hmm. This is not glued together here. So we have these other boards with these real crazy look to them. I mean, that is...
It's fun.
Look at that one. That one looks like a kite.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, here's the 3 steps right here. 2 different boards stuck together with tape. Cut the grooves, cut the lines out of them, the wavy lines. Then we have this. Then we cut it this way, swap our pieces, and bam, then we have that. So, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to do different types of wood, but just real quickly, for those of you that are learning what types of glue and how to glue things, I want to point out these black lines. Do you see these black lines here? So this is the glue that has touched the clamp and the wood at the same time. And what happens is when you have moisture on metal, it oxidizes it, which creates this black. So if you're gluing up solid wood, and it's not like a veneer or anything like that, if you're gluing up solid wood, you always want to make sure that your clamps do not touch where the glue is. Whether you have to put little shims underneath or whatever you have to do, because I'm going to plane this out, no problem, and it's going to turn out beautiful. But if this was veneer, this piece would be ruined. So just make sure that when you're clamping something that is not solid wood, you do not let your clamps touch where your glue is. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this was just kind of like a spur of the moment live. Really trying to keep everybody, engaged and want to learn. If you have a chance, you can look through my videos and you'll see videos on how to do these. You look at my YouTube, you'll find videos, the lives that we've done these with, and please share them with a friend. You just don't know who we could inspire to start building and doing things, or just make feel more confident as an individual, and that's going to change all of us as a society. So thank you guys very much for joining me here. Tomorrow I'm going to be pulling these out of the clamps, sanding them up, and putting the finish on them to where they're going to look like this. And next weekend will be the shop drop, when I let you guys all know what I have available in stock for purchase. Because I do not have anything available right now for purchase. I'm building everything. Okay?
Everything's by hand.
And this is after my normal 40-hour-a-week job, okay? So please bear with me. Everybody have a good time, good rest of your Sunday, and go Cowboys. On the top is a power button. Yeah. And then you hit end now.
Oh, well, hold on a second, because Shaved Midget says number 1 craftswoman on TikTok.
Oh, thanks, Shaved.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to say the second word, but thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I want to gonna thank you very much. You're really articulate, kind, and appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the shout out for just being kind.
Luna's Hedgehog, thank you. Taylor Jenga Time, well said, Amy. Thanks for another great live. Hashtag Rams House.
Oh, okay. I don't have a problem with the Rams. I really don't.
All right.
All right.
Oh, Alabama. I'm inspired.
Alabama. Perfect.
All right.